Good morning. We're going to do some more Go Math today, so get out your chapter 4. We're also going to use our cubes to make some cube trains. And again, if your packet is on this page, remember you don't have to do that. The black and white pages are for homework. This is exactly what we did yesterday. So I'm going to tear that out. Okay. We are going to do the next 2 pages, and it is problem solving, which is story problems. Here, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get those pages out, and then what you're going to see is another black one. So I'll tear that out too. Hey, this packet, we should be done with this packet in a few days, and then we're going to go on to addition after that. I'm very excited for that. Okay, so I know you guys can probably figure this out without my help, but I like to go over it, and then you guys know exactly what I expect. And some of you don't have parents to help you read the directions, so you have Mrs. Jenkins. I'll read the directions for you. Break a 10 cube train into 2 parts. How can you use matching to compare the parts? Tell a friend about the cube trains and then draw the cube trains. Break a 10 cube train into 2 parts. Okay, so I need to make a 10 cube train, and I'm going to go ahead and use 2 colors. Now, it doesn't matter. As long as it has 10, it doesn't really matter how many of each color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'll put another red one on and another blue one on. So I have got a 10 cube train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can break it into 2 parts. So you really wouldn't even have to do the colors. I'm going to break it apart like this, okay? And then it says, you can match to compare the parts. Tell a friend about the cube trains. Draw it. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. I broke it apart, and then I'm going to draw it. So this one, I'm going to trace around it here, boys and girls. Let me get this a little bit lower so you can see what I'm doing, and let me tilt the camera a little bit and move it over. I think that's better, isn't it? Good. So I'm going to trace around this cube train. All right, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it just like mine, all right? And then I'm going to kind of slide it up and so I can get sort of equal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mine had 6 cubes on the top, and then the bottom has 4. But yours might be different, and you don't have to worry about the colors, okay? You could just take red and make 10, or blue and make 10, and then break it apart. Wherever you want to break it apart, it doesn't matter. And that will be a way to make 10. I'm going to show you that again with maybe just using all one color. Okay, so let me take this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and you don't even have to use red or blue this time. Okay, this is a 10 tower. If I turn it this way, I'll call it a train, right? Now, wherever you break it off, if I break it here, ooh, okay, look, that's 5 plus 5. Let me put it back together. If I broke it right here, then I've got 2 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I break it right in the middle, like that, look, 5 and 5. Did we already do that one? That's okay. You can break it wherever you want, okay? Split it apart, and then that's what you're going to draw. So I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the top. I'm going to write those numbers. And then I drew 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. And when I add all those up, it's going to be 10, right? I'll put 10 at the bottom and circle it. Okay? Now, yours doesn't have to look just like mine, does it? Now, on the back of it, this is a story problem. Now, it says, there's a boy and a girl's name. It says Malia has red balloons and Andrew has blue balloons. Who has more balloons? Okay, well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Malia has 6. Andrew has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, it's very obvious, at least to me, it's obvious. There's 6, and here's 6 with 1 more. So we know Andrew has more, but they want us to model it with the cubes. So on the top, it says to use red and blue cubes to model the sets of balloons. So I'm going to take my red cubes, and since Malia had 6, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. I'm going to lay it down right here. I'll show you in just a second. And remember that Andrew had 7, so let me build a cube train with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to walk the kids through the whole packet, parents, if you're watching, because these are story problems, and story problems can be a little tricky, and they definitely need somebody to read them to them, right? Okay, I don't think anybody, maybe a few kids could attempt to read that, but okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are Andrew's balloons, and these are Malia's balloons, and it's fine to change the names. Okay, so do you see how I have them laying down? Now, even if I put them side by side, look, you can tell Andrew has one more. If these were balloons, Andrew has one more. Blue has one more. Now they want you to draw it. So you just kind of trace around it. You know, and if you don't want, if that's too hard, you could just draw it on your own. I'm tracing the outline, and then I'll go ahead and put the little individual cubes in there. Okay, and then see the little knob on the end? I'll draw that little knob on the end too. And then they have the circles on there. So I'll put the circles, they'll make it look more like the real cube train. All right, so Malia has 6. And then let me trace this one. With young kids, young kids, with 5 and 6 is young, we really want to develop concepts, okay? So instead of just comparing those numbers, the numbers 6 and 7, they want them to be able to picture something in their mind. Picture a 10 frame or picture the cubes, okay, and compare. Now, you think you're done? And we're almost done. We've got 6, this stands for the red balloons. We've got 7, that stands for the blue balloons. But at the bottom it says, write how many in each set. Which number is greater? Circle that number. So don't forget, it was Andrew's, right? Andrew had 7, so I'm going to circle the 7. If you want to circle the 7 balloons up here too, you can. Okay, all done. We're going to flip this over. And okay, you definitely have to have somebody reading this to you. So I'm reading it to you now, and if you're not watching the video or you have to do it later, Mom and Dad are going to have to read it to you. Kyle has 9 tickets. Jared has 7 tickets. Who has fewer tickets? Now, it says to use the cube trains, and that would be perfectly fine, but I'm just going to draw the tickets, okay? So Kyle, now I'm going to put a K for Kyle. I'm also, so because I've done this page with kids before, I'm also drawing a line to separate those, because if they start getting mixed up, then it's confusing. Okay, Kyle has 9 tickets. I'm going to draw just some little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't all fit, so I'm going to go 7, 8, 9. You know what? I think I'm going to put this one down below. It'll look like it's a 10 frame. Okay, so, and then I'm going to put a K here. These are Kyle's tickets. Kyle starts with a K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Jared has 7 tickets. So I'll put a big J here for Jared. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 more at the bottom. 6, 7. Okay, who has more, boys and girls? Oh, they didn't ask us that. Sorry. Who has fewer? Well, let's write the numbers first. Kyle has 9. Jared has 7. This time they said who has fewer. It says to compare the tickets, draw and color them, write how many, circle the number that is less. So Jared, J for Jared, he has less, right? Kyle has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Jared has 5, 6, 7. He has 2 less, right? 7 is 2 less. So we circle the number that's less. So if you ever encounter a problem, a story problem, it's always good to draw a picture, okay? So now number 3 down here, Phil won 8 prizes. Naomi won 5 prizes. Who won fewer prizes? So it says to draw, use the cubes, but let's just draw, how about circles this time? Let's pretend Phil, it sounds like it starts with a F, but I'll just write his name, Phil. He won 8 prizes. I don't know what they are, but I'm gonna say he won 8 stuffed animals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Naomi, you guys can just put an N, won 5 prizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll write the numbers. 8 on the top and 5 on the bottom. Okay, now, and then it says which one had won fewer. Fewer is less than, right? Phil, one more. Naomi, one fewer. So we circle fewer. Circle the number that is less. So you don't have to use the cubes on this. You could just draw little pictures. Okay, I think squares and circles is great. Okay, last page. Last page says, Ryan has a cube train with red and blue cubes. Does his cube train have more blue cubes or more red cubes? What do you think? Here's the red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the blue, 1, 2, 3. It says, make cube trains of each color from the cubes in Ryan's. Compare. So what they would want you to do is, see how he doesn't have the red and the blue together? They're separated. So they want, let's do red first, and we're going to compare them. Hang on, I want to make sure that they want each color from the cubes. Compare the cubes. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter which one you do first. Let's do red first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we separated those and put them together in a cube train, it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to put 5. Okay, and I can color those later. All right, and then if we put all the blues together, 1, 2, 3. There's only 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, you guys know your color words, so it might help. 1, 2, 3. I made that a little too big. 3. All right, 1, 2, 3. So these are red, R-E-D, red. And these are the blue, B-L-U-E, or just get your crayons out and color, right? Now, we've got it down. If we separated these, we could put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red here, and the 1, 2, 3 blue here. Now, don't forget, it says, write how many cubes are in each train. Circle the greater. Greater means more. Greater means bigger. There are more red than blue, so we're going to circle. So I'm gonna watch to see, you guys, if you circle the greater number here and the number that was less on this side, then I'm going to know you watched the video, okay? If you forget to circle it, then I'm going to know you probably didn't watch the video. Now, you don't have to take a picture of all 4 pages, okay? It's up to you. If you want to show me one of these and then the back, you can do that. Or you can show me the front and one of these. That way you can just lay them down and take one picture. Okay, 4 I know takes a long time. I think 2 is much better. Okay, I know that was kind of long. That was 12 minutes, but I promise you another short lesson in the next video. All right, bye-bye.